I never really had an issue with the new year, new me, mindset. Probably because I used to do it. Then I realized it just didn't work for me. But I understand it, right? I understand soon as that calendar flip, it's like a fresh start. Man, you can have a psychological reset, physical reset. There's public commitment. So we'll post on social media for the whole concept of accountability. Instead of having one accountability partner, you got hundreds of thousands, depending on how many people you connected to on there. It just didn't work for me because I would roll into the new year with some motivation, but I still had the same habits. So I would go through this whole phase to where, I'm hyped. I'm gonna change it up, but I still got the same habits. So I start rolling back. And because I got the motivation still up here, I'm like, oh, this ain't happening for me because of external stuff. When it was me, I'm the reason none of that stuff worked out when I would set the New Year's resolutions. But let me put it out there. I don't have a problem when people are rocking with that. And honestly, I don't need a new me. I just needed to know how to correct me when things got out of pocket for me, right? Like I want some new stuff. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired of wearing glasses. I'll say that. You don't let the cool frames fool you, but that's all you got when you bald headed. Some of y'all got like the fellas got like waves, and some of y'all got beards, and I can't really grow a beard. I can grow a beard, but I can't be a silver fox. I got like gray hairs individually sticking out like it's lint. That's not cool. So I got the frames, but if I don't have my frames, and these frames are intentional, if you notice, I want to look like I'm mean to match a look. But if I take my glasses off, I look like somebody's thumb. So I gotta have the cool frames. But if you walk inside, like I used to live in a city called El Cajon and it was hot. So I'll be in my AC and then I'll get out the truck and it fogs up, my glasses fog up. And then I'll get inside like a Target and it's cooler and they fog up again. So for 5 minutes, I can't see. I don't like none of that. I envy people that got 20/20 vision. I got joint issues, I get these headaches, I got back issues, all that, man. So I would like some new stuff, but when it comes to the mindset of me just new year, new me, nah, I just need to be able to know how to resolve me because even in that year, stuff is gonna happen. 2024 was a good year, right? I was alive. There's always that. There's always, sometimes you gotta think back. It could be worse, right? So new job, new crib, which it was kind of forced. If it wasn't for like the home insurance dropping me and I had the condo that I own where I had a neighbor, I wouldn't always advise that because you don't know what they got going on up there. And I had to move garage gym. But then stuff start happening, like personally, professionally, to where you can take the good with the bad. Okay, well, new experience, new job, but this comes with it. And that's just how it is. And it's up to me to be able to know how to resolve it. I got to put myself in the right mindset. And that started by me, giving myself the opportunity to evolve. There's a tool bag for pretty much everything you're trying to do. In most cases, it's the same tool bag. It's the same, bag of tools of discipline, commitment, willingness, right? Willing to take risk and things like that. And we just don't use them. And we want to swap that tool bag out, right? You swap out in the tool bag, you got calorie deficit, don't eat all these crazy refined sugars, and you want to swap that out for some fat burners and waist trainers and teas. When in that same tool bag is what you're gonna need, and that's gonna help you reach those fitness goals. And there's different tool bags. And I started to realize it's no different than a car. You get a new car, it's new, man, you can't wait to show off that car, right? And then you put some miles on that thing. Then it's like, you're not as happy about that car as you was. And then next year they came out with a newer version of the car, but you start to feel better when you get your car washed and you get a tune-up, right? You get some new tires. Maybe some of y'all used to put them bras on your car. Remember that? You put the bra, I had one because my headlight fell out. So I got a bra to kind of keep the headlight titty in. I'm sorry. But you gotta be willing to like correct it. When things start to go, totally different and they don't go the way it's planned, you got to be able to put yourself back in the mindset. Like I believe I can put myself in a better mindset. Sometimes I'm down here when things aren't going as planned. And that happens, right? And I can be like, you know what, man? I'm feeling okay. I try to focus on the good things. And, for now, I do have my health. I can provide for my family. And I just kind of rock with that. There are moments, though. There are moments to where things don't go as planned. And that's when you dig in that tool bag. And that's when you say, okay, well, I got to make this happen. There are rules that I kind of live by. These aren't the non-negotiables that I talked about before, but there's just things that I can't do. I can't be out here comparing with people. I just told you, like, I am envious of people that can see better than me, right? So I lost when it comes there. There's always somebody out there that's doing something that you want to do. Collaborate, ask questions, and then hold the crap. Like, if you asking somebody for insight, but you got to throw in some shade, you ain't ready for it. Because you mucking up the whole process with all that foolishness. Be willing to listen. Be willing to take the insight that they're giving you so you can put it in your tool bag. Because you said you wanted them goals in January. And the thing is, what I had realized was there's no difference between January 1st now with me and April 42nd. It's just what I'm willing to get up and do every day. Another rule is those I associate, I keep it like close to the vest because there's a lot of like mess that goes on out here, man. A lot of people live vicariously through social media. And instead of understanding that there's a process for most things that we're trying to do, they look, they compare, they get envious, they get upset, they get bitter, they get mad, they get into a group where the movement and a bunch of other people with the same mindset then becomes a us versus them, and this ain't possible. And you get in shape and you go into that tool bag and you stick to the stuff you're supposed to stick to, and the fat burner and the tea didn't work, and the people that's taking the fat burner and the tea stand, well, you on steroids, you got good genetics when you didn't even stick to the stuff you were supposed to stick to. Another thing is I had to realize just because like a process didn't work for me does not mean that process didn't work at all, right? It probably just didn't work for me. And then me, when I was back on my foolishness, I wasn't doing it right in the first place. I was trying to shortcut it, then it didn't work. Then I could just dog it. I could dog it. See, man, you told me to do this and it didn't even work. And they were like, well, did you actually do that? That's how it is with like diets. I can only speak for me, but like every diet that I've tried, paleo, keto, carnivore, whatever, worked when I didn't lie. When I really stuck to that, I saw my results. But I kind of got away from certain ones because just my mood, right? Stuff like that. But when I was just all in, dialed in, I saw the physical results. So this isn't me telling people not to do New Year, New Me, but my question is, what's wrong with you? Right, man, that makes for a compelling story when you can, turn stuff in your life around, when you can be a different, I'm telling you, I do it every day. I sit here and I talk, it's a compelling story. Because even though you probably get pushback, when you show up for you, man, that just opens so many mental doors for other things, man. You stop doubting things are even impossible, like at all. So unless it has to do with like having, 20/20 vision or spiders, lizards now. My last condo, I had a lizard come in on the back patio. I was about to just let him have the spot. I was just about to leave. You got it. It's your mortgage now. Or anything that requires me to have an Android phone, which, there's that. I think I can rock with it. I think I can do it. And that's not naive. I know enough about me. But this didn't start in some January 1st scenario. It started because I was just tired of being tired of who I was. And at that point, I knew it was me. And then when I just start chipping away at certain things to where I knew I had to stop doing them, and then I started seeing the results. And that doesn't mean you're always gonna win. You won't. Even when there are times when I think I do everything right and something happens. Like with the last crib. I don't owe nobody money. I don't borrow money. I stay away from people. I provide for my family, and then I walk into the bathroom and there's a bubble up there in the old bathroom because the neighbor had a leak. And she filed a claim. I gave her my insurance information, and they dropped me. Like, it's just things like that. Professionally, you start a job and maybe who you are or something about you doesn't align with the current mission. And you left something that was paying more. what do you do? So you got to find a way to resolve it, because this is the situation that you're in right now. Whether it's like, physically, like the most fit people will have some rare thing that happened to where it'll throw them off their game and they have to adjust. So January 1st, January 2nd, the previous year in March, you just got to be willing to adjust. Instead of resolving and flipping the calendar on January 1st, I just try to find ways to resolve every day. Now, I have a way of doing it. I do have a whole thing that I do. Like, if I get some bad news, I'm going to work out first. Let me see how I feel after that. Let me take a nap. Because usually when I take a nap, I have like a dream or a nightmare about whatever's going on, and I wake up to, I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. Okay, let me try this. The wheels get to spinning, and I can kind of dig myself out of that hole internally, right? The external stuff is going to be there. That's, aside from my son being born, the main reason I stopped drinking, because when I would get drunk, the problems would still be there. And then it would be worse, because I would be hungover. During that time, I would eat like crap, and then I'm hungover, I'm bloated, and the problem's still there. So I removed that stuff. You just got to resolve. And then when you stick to things, game changer. And I think, not to sound all Goggins-like, but others think when you make it to a certain point that you made it. And that's not how it works at all. Like, take it from somebody that works out 7 days a week. I do something active 7 days a week. So Monday through Friday I lift. Saturday, Sunday, I do the stairs. Today is kind of rainy out. Still getting over whatever's going on. This little cold. So I might just do like 1,000 calories on the treadmill on the run, and then a stair stepper. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be honest with you, from Christmas Day to yesterday to today, which is my refeed day, it's just been kind of like off the rails. I don't just eat whatever. Like, I'm not eating fried donut taco cakes, if that's even a thing, but I still like carbs or whatever, calories or whatever. I'm going to be active because I got to earn what I'm eating, and then I get my protein level in. So I'm a little heavier. I'm a little bloated right now. But me and my girl was talking about it yesterday, because she went to a friend's house and she said, I ate a donut and I feel like crap. And it's been a while since I ate a donut, but I was just like, the stark difference between how I feel now and how I feel when I'm dialed in during the week is crazy. It's such a, man, 180 degrees. And I know the difference. So I don't see how I could eat like I've been eating for the past 2 days every day and then be okay with that and then wonder why things aren't working. When I know all I got to do is just stay dialed in. Is it tough? At first. But once you start doing things over and over and over again, you just stick to it. You start to realize that you didn't need none of that bad stuff in the first place. But yeah, I do feel bloated. And yes, I will be warming up some of those protein cinnamon rolls as soon as I finish this cardio. I've had people tell me that. I've had people like, man, if I was in shape like you would what? Do you realize what it takes to keep this going every day? You don't have the motivational spike like you do for January when you got to do this 365 days a year. Every day you got to do it. It's tough to keep up with. So that's why you just got to get it to the point to where it becomes a permanent fixture. And stop worrying about what everybody else doing. Focus on your stuff, right? So no, I don't do them. I don't do New Year, New Me. And like I said again, disclaimer, I don't have a problem when people tell me about it, because they'll say, okay, New Year, New Me, can you give me a meal plan? And I'm gonna give you the information. There's nothing wrong with this version of me. I'm cool with it, minus the stuff that I mentioned before. Because when you can see that change that you were able to make, that you thought that was impossible, whether it's the year before or the month before, when you see you were able to do that, can't nobody tell you nothing. And I know it's egotistical, that's conceited, but it's me. And I was able to evolve. That's powerful.